The Treasury Secretary has said that he's calling for a review of the entire Federal Reserve System.
Oh God.
See. Whoever you got to call on from the Federal Reserve in St. Louis or wherever, just call and apologize. Listen, a couple of names: FDR, FR, them FRs, Frank Lucas. The FR, that's above my pay grade. All I will say, that's not a opponent that you want to have. It is not fair for anyone who's won against it.
Is this? I mean, are they just going to try to force Powell out after they're the ones who appointed him? Is that what? I mean, what are we doing?
Maybe we need a reimagining of who the Fed chair is.
Yeah,
but I think Powell's done a great job given all he's had to handle. Since he's been in, it's a lot that was put on his plate. I don't think there's a playbook. I know Bernanke had a lot to deal with the financial crisis, but I think we've had evolving and rolling crises since COVID, and he's handled them pretty well.
He's done a phenomenal job
for sure.
Yeah, there was. I mean, think about the conditions that he's had to face. You're talking about a pandemic. You're talking about a brief recession. You're talking about administration change. He's handled all these things. You talked about inflation, stagflation, soft landing, and here we are. S&P all-time high. Like he's managed this pretty well.
Yep.
Now the pressure is on his back because he's not acting fast enough.
I mean, there's global conditions that you have to factor in when you make those kind of policy decisions. Like, I know Trump is a cut first, then measure kind of person. You can't do that when it comes to interest rates. It adjusts entirely. Like the tariff thing halted businesses. And if we look, the level where we're at in 2025 is kind of similar to where we were in 2007 and 6 and briefly in 2000. It's like the average for this decade is around 5 and some change. It's not like how we were in the 1980s. Like you can't. And once again, from 2000 and what? 8 till 2015, the interest rate was at 0.01. You can't have that forever.
Yeah.
So,
well, let's talk about two companies that's reporting tomorrow. Capital One and Texas Instruments. What's the outlook for that?
I really like Capital One. It's a slept on business, but the merger with them and Discover has helped them a lot. In April they were at 146.58. They're currently at 218. If they fall to 192.58, that's a place I would like to get in, but I definitely like Capital One a lot. And then Texas Instruments is a classic company that I don't think is talked about enough. Not one of my top 50 companies that I would look to invest in, but I would keep them on a watch list if you are looking for like a safer return, if you will. But I want to be clear, it's not in my top 50. I like the company overall. I just think there's better companies to invest in, especially in that semiconductor space. Unappreciated though.
Yeah, I like that you said that they're not in your top, top 50. Yeah, I mean, all semis, and I said that as the number one space, all semis are not the same, but
created equal.
They're not created. But if you look at the returns for Texas Instrument over especially since April, like when we had that,
for sure,
it hit its all-time high.
Mm-hmm.
It's not sitting far from it. And so, like the thing is, again, I'm more concerned that people know what Texas Instrument does in terms of semi. So they control analog semiconductors, and so any medical device, sensors, voltage regulators, HVAC, radio frequencies, everything is not GPUs and CPUs.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these things are for industrial and automation, right? So like when we talk about auto vehicles, actually, so sensors inside your cars, this is what Texas Instrument does. It's a stable semi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even inside of SMH, they have it in the top 10. It's number 6.
Okay.
Right? So you got NVIDIA, Taiwan Semiconductor, Broadcom, AMD, Applied Materials, Lam, and then Texas Instruments is right there. And so it's a top 6 holding inside of SMH.
Are they like the stable coin of the semiconductor space?
It feels like it. I feel like when we grew up, the only thing we knew Texas Instruments for was for calculators.
The calculator, yeah.
That was it. And it was the fact that they were a company that was publicly traded was like, oh, yeah, really? The calculator company? And then you realize more and more what they're doing, where the revenue comes from. Yeah, but it is one of those, I guess it would fit in the stable.
It's a solid company. Yeah.
Stable as a semiconductor.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I like that.
In 2015, the stock was at the lowest 43.49, currently at 215.79. For the tech space, they kind of under-delivered in returns, but like you said, it's more of a stable investment. But great organization and great management. I just don't think that they are talked about in that ilk of AMD, NVIDIA, Broadcom, TSM. So like over 5 years, they've given 59% return. The sector's given 600%. Like they've underperformed, but if you're looking for stability, very little drawdown, reliable returns, that's a good company to invest in, but it's not in my top 50.
Yeah. That was Joe.
Should
I run down some of the companies that are going to be reporting this week?
Yes.
All right, let's do that. So Coca-Cola will be reporting before opening tomorrow. RTX, we've been talking about in terms of defense AI and defense tech.
RTX is amazing.
They'll be reporting. We just talked about Texas Instrument. Big week. Tesla's will be reporting on Wednesday after close. Google, ServiceNow, IBM, Chipotle, GE, Vernova. When we talked about who's creating the energy for the data center economy, those are one of the companies that you should know. So we'll be seeing what they are doing.
They're on fire.
We got Thursday, Ian's favorite, Intel.
I hope they have a good quarter. I really do.
We'll be reporting American Airlines. We got Honeywell as well on there. And then on Friday, anything huge? Well, Charter Communications.
Okay.
We'll be reporting. So this is kind of that kickoff to the Mag 7. And I know there's a new acronym that's been going around, but the Mag 7 kickoff with Google starting this week happens. And then the next week we'll start with the Microsofts and Apples of the world, Amazon as well.
What do you think of Jim Cramer's Park? Palantir, AppLovin, Robinhood, Coinbase.
We talked about companies, I think maybe in early January, that have just had great returns in 2024. AppLovin was part of that. They took a hit and now they're starting to rebound. I like the acronym. I like it.
Acronym solid.
It's a solid, yeah. Robinhood crossover 100. We already know about Palantir.
Good lead. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
It depends on the allocation too, percentage allocation.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on to the situation.